Hello, I'm the Snackstalgia Critic. I eat it so you don't have to. Ask any kid what their favorite part of school is, and the answer will invariably be recess. And who can blame them? The schoolyard is a magical place, a microcosm of society, and a assiduous plot by the nation's teachers to exhaust you so much that when they assign all the homework in the afternoon, you'll be too tired to stage a revolution. Revolt, young people! Revolt! But there is another side to recess that is no less important to young kids. Lunchtime, in which your social status is determined entirely by the type of lunchbox and what treat you got. On the one hand, there was the kid with a lunchbox depicting the Power Rangers fighting Hercules over a sea of Pokemon, and got a chocolate eclair every single day. And then there was the kid with the lunchbox with the Fred Meyers logo emblazoned on it and a small picture of a puppy in the corner whose treat was invariably carrots. Not that I'm bitter or anything. Well, anyway, today I'm going to take a look at one of the staples of lunchtime treats, ding-dongs. I will be comparing the classic original Hostess treat that has the trademark name and the Little Debbie chocolate cupcakes. Versus! First up, packaging and presentation. They say you should never judge a book by its cover, but kids never listen to any of that crap, and who wants to eat books anyway? It's interesting to note that both companies use a blue and white theme in their boxes, and I am unaware whether or not it's just coincidence, it's marketing, or if one is copying the other. Ahem. I'm going to have to give best box to Ding Dongs, because the font for the name of the product is a lot cooler, and these cakes are so delicious they're actually moving and shaking in their excitement for you to eat them. Also, Little Debbie gets points taken off for obvious copycatting and the Little Debbie logo itself. I don't know, something about it's just sort of creepy. Just look at her. Something in her eyes. She knows something, man. She knows something. And she ain't telling us anything. But unless you are the aforementioned kid who got a chocolate eclair every single day, then you probably aren't getting a whole box of Ding Dongs in your lunch. So now it's time to talk about the individually wrapped packaging. Right off the bat, you can see the clear winner here. Little Debbie. I originally bought all of these Ding Dongs because I was going to go Ding Dong ditching, i.e. ring people's doorbells and run off, but leave a Ding Dong for them as part of the Harry Potter Alliance's Magical Acts of Kindness thing. So imagine my surprise when I opened up the box of Hostess and found this. This is not something that you leave on someone's doorstep before running away. You can't even tell what it is. It could be a hockey puck. It could be cat food. It could be carrots. It could be just cardboard. It could be anthrax. It could be love. It could be Duke Nukem Forever. It could be an 18th century Flemish impressionist. Whatever it is, it doesn't look like something delicious. Little Debbie takes the smart route and showcases the treat. Just look at this. It's not even opened, and I can practically smell it. I've been trying not to open this. I've had both of these by me during the writing process of this. And it's been a struggle not to just open up and nom nom nom. But when you're a kid, every second is important and you're always rushing around to do something. So how easy is it to open your Ding Dongs? While creepy, the foil does work in Hostess's advantage, as you simply go like this. Unfortunately, you're always looking at the bottom side of the Ding Dong, which really doesn't look that appealing. Little Debbie takes a little bit more work, but is pretty easy too. Unfortunately, it is easier to squish your Ding Dong when opening a Little Debbie snack cake. But now the deciding part of packaging and presentation, when it's out of the packaging, what does it really look like? And needless to say, Little Debbie wins by a mile. Just look at that. It looks like there's a cakey bit, but then you can see all of this delicious curly-Q icing on it. Whereas the Hostess cake recently just got a rectal exam, and still, for all you know, there isn't cake inside. There could be carrots. So for packaging and presentation, point goes to Little Debbie. Now onto the all-important issue of taste. First, the reason why we fell in love with ding-dongs in the first place, the heart of any ding-dong, the cream. The cream for the Little Debbie snack cake is definitely sweeter, but that's not necessarily a good thing. At times it can border on cloying and super saturated. The Hostess filling is basically the same, but just a little lighter. Still, the Little Debbie's snack cake is one of the few foods to have a good aftertaste. Just the taste of the icing gets down smoother, but lingers in your mouth. The winner in the icing category? Little Debbie. But it doesn't matter how good the filling is if what surrounds it is just brown cardboard. It's time to look at the taste of the cakes. The Hostess cake is definitely moister than the Little Debbie cake, but to be fair, there is more of the Little Debbie cake than the Hostess. But if you took everything else out and just left the chocolate cake, then the Hostess cake would be far and away the winner. Winner, Hostess cake. Icing taste. Ha! Now, as mentioned before, Little Debbie does have an advantage as it has this nice white loop-de-loop icing on top. However, Hostess is entirely iced. Now, the Hostess icing is thicker and sweeter, but again struggles with being a bit too sweet. However, I would have liked the Hostess icing to be just a little sweeter. But in the battle of the icing, I have to give it to Hostess. While the loop-de-loops of Little Debbie are fun, that's more in the presentation. They taste just the same as the rest, and it's all a little too sweet. The Hostess, on the other end, has more of a shell texture, which makes it really fun to just eat all of the icing and leave the cake behind. Now, I know you aren't supposed to do that, but every kid does that anyway. Winner, Hostess. However, since OCD usually doesn't manifest until puberty, most kids don't eat each part of the ding-dong separately. So we have to consider the taste taken at an all-around angle, just a big bite of each. Despite Hostess winning 2/3 of the taste categories, I'm gonna have to give best taste to Little Debbie. Yes, the icing and the filling are a little too sweet, but the denser chocolate cake really helps to cut down on that and bring it all together into a cohesive whole. Surprisingly, the Hostess cake just ends up being a little bland and nothing special. Overall winner in taste? Little Debbie. Lastly, the value. How much bang are you getting for your buck? Note, that dude with the fedora.com does not endorse bestiality. They equal the same amount of money for each individual cake. And as I said, the Little Debbie cakes are tastier and bigger too. So, who is the winner? It really should be no surprise by now, but Little Debbie. Now, I hadn't eaten a Hostess Ding Dong in a long time, but I was surprised at how boring it is. It doesn't look especially cool, whereas this has all sorts of icing, and this one just tastes better. All in all, while Hostess did make the original, Little Debbie turned chocolate cake into an art form. So, there you have it. Little Debbie is the superior chocolate cake. It's tastier, it's cheaper, and come on, just look at that. If you were a kid and you pulled one of these out of your lunchbox or lunch sack, which would you rather choose? You'd rather want the one that instantly makes everyone go, ooh, chocolate cake. Not the one that makes everyone go, ultimate winner, Little Debbie. Well, that's all for today. I'm the Snackstalgia Critic. I eat it so you don't have to. Yo, Little Debbie, I'm happy for you and I'ma let you finish, but Hostess had one of the best chocolate cakes of all time. Science! There is cream in my hair!